All right. I think. Hey, there we go. We got lighting. Lighting's good. Good morning again, everyone. I'm going to screw around some more and entertain you all just because, well, what else do we have to do? Actually, I have work to do, but this is me taking a break before I go have some lunch. I wanted to spend some time this morning talking to you a little bit about the Accubow. I'll put a link in the description down below so you can see it. This is a bow training aid. It's based on a big rubber strap here, and there is a smartphone attachment you can see in the back room. It comes with an app. And basically what this is something that lets you practice archery without being able to go to the archery range. I gotta make sure I look at the camera and not at the computer. I'm gonna have to look at the computer in a second anyway. The app's pretty straightforward. There are some in-app purchases to get different sorts of targets available, but the basics are there. There's basic target shooting, bow hunting, there's bow fishing, there's archery golf, there is build your own range. I have not used anything but target shooting because at one point in time I actually took lessons on how to shoot an Olympic archery, shoot as an Olympic archer. I'm not very good at it, but this does seem to do two things. One, it lets me practice fundamentals in terms of form, although you'll see in a moment that it's not perfect. It also allows you to do a little bit of strength training. So the bow itself is, let's see if we can get this all in frame. It's about the size of a standard hunting bow. It comes in two colors, this black graphite and a woodland camo. There is a smartphone attachment, although you can actually do it without the smartphone. There's a bit here on the front that lets you attach a laser that comes with it, that lets you point the laser at the wall and then do the stretching exercises and the bow practice without the app. I think the app's more interesting because it actually lets you see where the arrow might go, and it actually seems to have a reasonable ballistics model, so it seems to appear to act as if you're actually standing in front of a real target, except for some of the vertical up and down. I haven't been able to figure something out, but you'll see that in a moment. So anyway, that's the basics of it. Down here is a little tension rod that lets you increase the tension of the string, quote unquote. This is just a big piece of surgical tubing. It does come with an attachment here where you can attach one of those bow release things. Instead of using your fingers, I just use my fingers. Gotta remember to keep looking at the camera because the camera's actually where the light is at. But anyway, so it lets you do actual, aim down range, pull it all the way back to, your ear, and aim and do that. So I'm going to show you how that works right now, so you get a sense. I think it's about $100, if I remember correctly. And the kit comes with the bow, the stand for the attachment for the phone, and the laser attachment. You can get replacement tubing as well, although I believe it is just standard surgical tubing. And without further ado, I'm going to try it. So hopefully this works. And again, I appreciate you guys being our test subject, because what we're planning on doing at some point is actually putting all this stuff out on the website. And look over here instead of there. Putting all this stuff out on the website and on the Facebook page, the main Facebook page for content delivery. But I'm still working the bugs out of the system. This is a completely new setup. I'm able to cast the Smart Scheme directly to the streaming setup, which is kind of cool too. So I appreciate your patience. So without further ado, I'm going to put the screen back up so I can see if I'm in frame. I'm going to start a target shooting. See if I can get a point in this direction. We're going to do Novus, because I am. And okay, so there you go. You've got your archery range and target there. It says it's about 20 meters away. See as you move the bow around, the view changes, which is interesting. Which could cause some problems if the phone isn't level to begin with, because then your target might end up being up here. So let's go ahead and stand up, readjust so that I'm in frame. And then I will try to make sure I talk loud enough to for you to hear me. And you guys can give me feedback in the chat if you can. So let's stand up. Which you can't see. Let's tilt the camera up. to step into the frame. And obviously, moving back and forward doesn't actually change the distance to the target, so I can move all the way up here and still 20 meters away. So I'll move all the way up here so it's in frame. It looks like you can see me. Now, with targets that are this close, if you know anything about archery, you actually have to aim below the target because the arrow drops and then comes back up as it goes in flight. When they're further out at more Olympic distances, then you aim more appropriately for ballistics because you're trying to arc the arrow in. But for this close, you actually have to aim a little bit below. So let's see if I remember how to do this. Pull the bowstring all the way back. Aim a little low. And I aim too low, which is actually probably exactly what I did, is I aim too low. So you can see on the screen here that there is, actually you can't see, so underneath my picture there's a what's the score. Then I actually landed in the 4 ring, which is not ideal. Maybe I can do this. Can I do this live? Yes, we'll do this. We'll put me down here. Hopefully that worked live. We'll put me down here so you can see the whole thing. One of the things that I don't like about the app is you have to touch continue shooting. You can't just keep shooting. Go back. There we go. That's better. That's a 9. Oh, that was bad. And there you go. And that's how it works. Try a couple of long distance shots if anybody really wants to see. Mostly I am just testing, so I appreciate your patience. With Olympic archery, the targets are further away, 70 meters. But now you aim more traditionally at the actual target. With the tip of the arrow along where you're back, where you want to sit. Draw the string way back. I still shot a little low. There we go. There we go. I don't think I could probably do that in real life. Maybe I could. It's been a while. I haven't been able to get out to the range, obviously. So these tools are fun to screw around with when you can't actually get out and be with people. So I think that's where I'm going to stop the stream for now. If anybody really is interested in it, I will put some links in there, but I do appreciate your patience for letting me test this on camera again with the new proper lighting, the actual ability to put apps into the stream rather than taking a picture of a television. That was getting old. And hopefully the audio quality was good this time because I was, for the most part, facing the microphone. So thanks again. Talk to you soon.